Hi everybody, me again. Today I thought I'd share with you my top tips on planning and having a wedding when you live with a disability. So let's dive straight in. First of all, make sure you pace yourself. So on the lead up to the wedding, I put in my calendar pretty much every weekend something to do, and it was generally something quite small, whether that was the confetti or sort out the boxes with all the decorations, make a list of what's in every box. Just one thing per weekend. So give yourself plenty of time to plan. Try not to rush it too much, and enjoy the planning stage of it as well, because once it's done, that's it. Secondly, consider having a later wedding if you're worried about energy levels. So we got married at 3 p.m, that's when our ceremony was, and it meant I could have a nice leisurely start to the day, not rush around, and just not be panicking the whole morning. Thirdly, embrace the spreadsheets and the lists. Dean was the king of spreadsheets, I was the queen of lists. We had so many, but it kept us organised and it kept us on track. Don't be afraid to ask questions. If you have any questions for your photographer, your wedding coordinator, DJ, seamstress, anybody, don't worry, no question is silly. They will always give you an answer, and it's better to ask the question than just have it in your mind and be panicking about it the whole time. Wear comfortable shoes. I went through 3 pairs of shoes before I finally decided I was going to wear Converse, which is what I wear pretty much every day anyway. So I got myself a nice white pair of Converse, and I'm so glad I did. The shoes that I bought beforehand, they were nice, but I was wearing them around the house and it just wasn't comfortable enough. So in regards to shoes, I think comfort is a high priority. It was for me anyway. Take the help when it's offered. It really does make a massive difference, and you don't have to be ashamed to ask for the help. Like the day before, my mum came round while Dean and I were decorating the venue. She kindly hoovered and cleaned for us. My dad and my sister were taking our overnight stuff to the hotel. Dean's groomsman and best man helped him on the morning of the wedding do the final decorations. Any little thing that can help you along the way, I think you will greatly appreciate it. Take all the aids you might need. I took my wheelchair and I took a walking stick. I brought a walking stick from Neo, it was really lovely, just special for that day, which is the main thing that I used, but it was good to have the chair there as well, something to rely on if I needed it. And it's just worth taking whatever you need. Your venue will hold them for you. Have a backup plan. I planned for good and bad mobility days. And just don't be disappointed if you can't walk as much as you want to, if you're having to rely on a chair a little bit more. Try not to let it bother you too much, because it's still such a magical day and you can make it work. I mean, I decorated my chair, I fully decorated my wheelchair, and I absolutely loved it, and I love the photos that we got that involved the chair as well, because it's a massive part of who I am now. Remember to pack your meds, any pain relief you might need, any sensory items that might come in handy during the day, an extra jacket too. I was constantly in between photos putting a jacket on because it got so chilly. I mean, it was a lovely, bright day for them. It was thunder and lightning in the morning, but then it was a lovely bright day, but it was still really cold for me, in between, not moving around too much. So just chuck that jacket on when you need to. Do whatever it is you need to do to be okay. You know yourself, you know your body, you know what you need. Other people can make suggestions and have a little bit of advice for you, but you know best. Like the night before, I knew that I didn't want to be too crowded with loads of people, because it would just stress me out. I knew I kind of needed a little bit of time to myself. So Dean stayed at his parents'. My mum came over, and it was just my mum. And then it got to about like 9 p.m. and I was like, okay, I think I just want to go lay down. I put one of my favourite programs on and just fell asleep to that, and that's just what I needed that night. So do whatever you need to make yourself comfortable. And also, like Dean did say his parents that night, and I know people have a thing sometimes that you can't spend the night together before, but if you want to, you know, if you panic not having them there that night, have them there. It really won't matter. Arrange the day how you want it. There are no set rules. So our wedding coordinator was really good. She made some nice suggestions. She was flexible. Things like the wedding breakfast, you know, generally guests might go in first and then the couple will come in, but we didn't want that. I didn't want all the noise walking into a room full of people and then trying to get around all the chairs that everybody was already sat in. So we went into the wedding breakfast first, sat down, got nice and comfortable, had a couple of photos taken, and then everybody came in, and a couple of people came up to us and had a nice chat. So it would have been too much for me otherwise. And on that note, also the speeches, you don't have to do them after you've eaten. We did them before we ate, just to kind of get them done. If there were any nerves that might be around them, then Dean could just enjoy the rest of his meal. So yeah, we just did it straight away. It's your day, your timeline. Take time out during the day. I did, like with the wedding breakfast, that was a little bit of time out before everybody else came in. In the evening, it was handy for us because we had one room where the DJ was, and then you could go through to a separate room where the buffet was, and it was a lot quieter. The DJ, I had made a note to him that I have seizures triggered by loud noises, like if it's constant, so we needed the volume down a bit. We asked for it to be turned down 3 times, and it just kept going back up again. So I put my ear defenders on. That was a look, ear defenders and a wedding dress. But I could then enjoy the day, the evening and the music, have a good dance. But I could also take myself off into that other room, have a little bit of quiet time, and then build that energy back up and come back in. And finally, enjoy the day. It seems so simple, but you can get so stressed out and so panicked, but there really is no need. Everything will go nice and smoothly. If there's a few little blips, you probably won't even notice it. So just make sure you enjoy it. So I hope this video was helpful in some way. Even if you just took 1 or 2 things away from it, then that's a win for me. But thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon.